Hi guys, we are going to just sit and relax and just chat real quick about things that are upcoming on the channel. We've had a couple people reach out about the cost of the Christmas markets that we did, so we're going to run through quickly with that. And yeah, we're still at our house sit, so this is us just chilling with the cats. So first, we're going to go through 3 different topics. We're going to talk about how we got to our destination, our accommodations, and how much money we spent on food at the markets.
So when we did the bookings, since I do most of the logistics and stuff,
Yeah.
I used Omio, which is an app you can download, or you can just use it online on the web. And it compares your pricing for train tickets, bus tickets, and flights. So for each of our destinations, I just took into account how far we were going, how long it was going to take. But for the most part, I just took the lowest price to get from place to place.
Right.
And that kind of jumped around a little bit. So
we were looking at bus tickets and transportation earlier and they were cheaper, and we waited because we just weren't sure. We didn't want to get stung. And then we found out that the prices do kind of jump up the closer you get to, which makes sense to me.
We looked at all 3 options and really we knew we needed to fly from Switzerland to Budapest just because of the distance.
Yeah.
And same with coming back from, I guess we came back from Prague back to Switzerland. So those were the 2 flights that we needed. Everything else could be bus or train. So again, I just basically went by what was the cheapest. I booked the flights early because I took them, we knew we needed those for sure. I just thought the buses wouldn't be that big a deal, or the train. So there was a big price difference though. We ended up, instead of costing us $92 for one of our train trips, our bus trips, it ended up costing like $150. So it jumped up quite a bit, but
yeah. And
anyway,
train travel isn't always the cheapest travel. People have this illusion or this idea that, oh, train travel is cheap. It is not that cheap.
it adds up in a hurry.
It does. It really does.
Like even, especially here in Switzerland.
Yeah.
The first market we went to is Basel. It's about 2.5 hours or so from where we are by train.
Yeah.
And we ended up,
we have it all written down on the computer here.
basically for the 2 of us to get from Nyon to Basel by train was 155 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
We're talking in Canadian because that's what we spend.
Yeah.
And Val will put
I'll do the conversion in the description.
She'll do the conversion and put it in the description or put it on the screen, whatever. But just so we know, we are talking in Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference. Like some people are thinking, well, why don't you do it in US? We spend Canadian dollars because we're Canadian. But it is a significant difference. Like with the percentage change to francs or euros or US, our money is worth considerably less than they are.
Yeah, francs especially.
So, $155 for us is more like, around 100 euros or a little over 100 US dollars, but it's quite a bigger number for us.
Yes.
So anyway, that being said, we'll talk in Canadian, convert it.
Yeah.
$155 for the train tickets to get there. One night in a hotel there was $147.
Yeah.
And we ended up spending about $52 just at the food market.
Yeah.
We're not including like maybe some restaurants or cafes and things like that because everybody's going to travel a little differently that way.
Exactly.
But just the night market itself, the Christmas market, we spent
$52.
So $354 total for Basel.
Yeah, and we usually would get like a glühwein, like a main meal, maybe like a sausage or a soup or a goulash or something, and then a sweet treat. So it's not like we were going over the top. It's just that's how much it costs in Canadian dollars.
From Basel, we then went on to Hungary, and that was a flight. We took a bus to the airport, which was $20, and our flights to Hungary were $152. Yeah. And once we got there, we took a bus from the airport to our Airbnb for another $19. Accommodations, we stayed for 2 nights, so that was a little more, $185. At the Christmas market, we spent $52 in food.
Yeah.
So for a total of $428 in Hungary.
So when we were in Budapest, our accommodations were something we've never stayed in before. It was literally a room, probably, 8 feet wide, and it was like 12 feet tall. And there were 2 like single beds side by side, and we each had our own little duvet, and it had like a TV and just like a coffee maker and stuff and a refrigerator. Yeah. But it was so tiny.
Very, very basic accommodation.
Yeah.
You can still find really good pricing on places if you go and you're staying for longer term. Obviously,
yeah, if you have the time to search.
But short-term pricing, like short-term stay, whether it's nightly or weekly or
crazy.
even up to a month or 2 months, 3 months, that Airbnb pricing is just, it's hard to avoid. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's Airbnb, booking.com, whatever.
Yeah.
The short-term people are definitely paying a premium to enjoy a short-term stay.
It's typically why we don't use Airbnb. I mean, it is convenient to go on there to kind of see what the prices are, but we generally don't use Airbnb, only maybe if we're doing like a 1 or 2 night stay. Because we do slow travel, it makes it easier just to like contact people on other platforms than
Sometimes.
Airbnb.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a decent option if you find somebody on Facebook Marketplace who has a rental. After a couple days in Hungary, we took a bus to Czechia.
Yeah, Prague was so pretty.
Yes.
I love Prague. They're my 2 favorite.
Prague was something else. It's
so
it's
pretty.
definitely beautiful.
Yeah.
So again, we had to get to the terminal from our Airbnb. So that was $18 for us to take. We actually took a taxi.
Because it was the cheapest, right? Was it the cheapest to take the
It was a matter
cheapest and
of
more convenient?
Yeah, we had to be there early in the morning, and we didn't want to kind of mess around trying to figure out some of the local transit scheduling and stuff like
Bright
that.
and early in the morning.
But it wasn't much more. By the time you pay for 2 people on some of the public transit,
That's true.
it's not a huge savings.
No, it's not a huge savings.
It's
if you
still,
just take a taxi.
don't get me wrong, it probably cost us double what it would have if we taken public transit, but $18. So we then took a bus from Budapest to Prague, and this is the one that really jumped up on us because I didn't book it earlier, and it ended up costing $163 instead of $92 when I first looked at it.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to book too far out in advance because we wanted to have some flexibility. Accommodations, we stayed 3 nights in Prague, and that was $249 at an Airbnb.
Which we found accommodations in Prague to be the cheaper out of all the destinations we were at, right? Between Basel. Basel was the most expensive, right?
When you break it down by the night, I guess it ended up being a little bit cheaper, but not a whole lot.
Okay. So at the Christmas market, we ended up spending $88 on food because I think we got an extra glühwein. I think we got an extra snack that night.
And honestly, I think also because we were there for 3 nights, we did go back to the market more than once. We were there the first night, and then the second night we went into Dresden, and then we were kind of wandered around the Christmas market in Prague again on our 3rd day there.
Yeah.
So we spent more time. Prague was a total of $518.
Yeah, so from Prague, we ended up taking a bus into Dresden.
Which is only a short ride away. It's a couple hours.
Yeah, that was easy.
We just did that as a day trip. We took the bus in, spent, our few hours, 9 hours, I guess, we were in Dresden in total, and bus back the same night. So it was $89 round trip. That was fairly inexpensive for a round trip.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, we did it right there, I guess. But we spent $80 at the Christmas market.
Yeah, because I think we were there for 9 hours. We just kind of, tried little bits here and there, and it all added up.
Yeah. So in total, we ended up spending $169 in Dresden, and that brings, for anybody doing the math, in total we ended up spending $1,469 to do this little
it's 6 days.
6-day Christmas market run around.
Yeah, it's like $250 Canadian per day, kind of.
Which, all in all, sounds like quite a bit. We knew we planned this specifically. It was something outside of our normal monthly budget. We didn't plan on coming into our normal $2,000 to $3,000 or $2,500 to $3,000 monthly budget. This basically, for this month, put us over by that much.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to be spending more money since we're here in Switzerland. We are on a house sit, which really helps. Obviously, we're not paying for accommodation.
Yeah, that's nice.
But the cost of living, anybody who knows, Switzerland is not an inexpensive place to be.
It is not.
So we're still spending pretty much every dollar of our budget this month, just not on accommodation.
And that's why we do trusted house sitters, because it gives us the opportunity to visit a little bit more expensive places, but still stay under budget or on budget.
Yep, for sure.
That's good.
Which, again, that really helps with short-term accommodation, because short-term accommodation is usually a little pricier. So if you can find a month free here and there,
good deal. Okay, so just give you a quick briefing about our channel in 2024. We gained 6,300 subscribers in 2024, so I thought that was really good for us. Keep in mind, we don't do this as a job to, sustain our travels. So this is something that is kind of like a passion project for me. It is something to keep my artistic, vibes going while we're on the road.
That being said, we don't use YouTube as an income source to pay for our lifestyle.
No.
We're semi-retired.
Yeah.
Retired. I don't know.
We're not semi-retired. We are retired.
We're retired. But
It does help
it
supplement
does help
our travels,
obviously.
for sure.
Like, you know, the idea behind us, we're not trying to grow into a big channel with tons of subscribers and all that kind of thing.
We're not trying to be influencers.
We're not trying to be influencers. Over time, the goal is to hopefully attract like-minded individuals who like this style of travel and just want to learn a little bit about it or see what we're up to, so that they can maybe get some ideas on what they want to do.
Or meeting people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't do it for the money, but don't get me wrong, every little bit helps. Like,
for sure.
Everything we can make off our YouTube channel helps us make those decisions when it comes to doing like the Christmas markets. That's an extra, $1,500 that we spent for the month. So the bit of money we do make in YouTube really helps, and that we owe to you guys. So we just wanted to say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
For anybody watching our videos, sharing them with their friends and things like that, we appreciate it.
So people sending us super thanks. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. We just hit over 12,000 subscribers, so I'm happy about that. We posted 107 videos last year. We did a Wednesday walk and a Sunday post. Every week, except for this past Sunday we missed, so we were just chilling with the cats. And so 2024 was mostly in Southeast Asia, with the ending part being in Albania, which we're going to continue the Albania series starting on Sunday. We have a few more videos coming up from there, and I can't wait to share those with you guys because they were some pretty fun times for us. Also next year in 2025, we're celebrating a couple big things, one being our 20th wedding anniversary. So that's still in the works. We're not really sure what we have planned.
We don't know where we'll be.
We have no idea where we're going to be at that point, but we are going to Bulgaria next year. We're still looking for our home away from home, so we're going to start off in Bulgaria, and the hopes is to just travel around Europe a little bit more, maybe buy a car and just kind of toot around and explore.
Yeah, we haven't really 100% decided that. We're heading to Bulgaria actually next month. We'll spend the rest of our Schengen time allotment there, and then we haven't figured out where we're going after that.
That'll take us till March.
Really,
so that's as far as we've gotten.
Really doing some short-term planning here, which is fine. Like we have
the convenience of
can be spontaneous that way.
Which I like. For those that are wondering just how much money we do actually make. It's not a lot. It's probably around, $400 to $700, you would say?
You get paid by your number of views. For every 1,000 views, you get a payment. And that payment is based on where your audience is watching from.
Exactly.
If it's somewhere in North America, the US, Canada,
it's usually higher.
UK, the payment per 1,000 views is higher.
Right.
And we average, depending on where we're at, between $450 and $700 a month. So again, thank you very much. We appreciate your support. We really hope you continue to watch and like the videos we put out. And if you have any ideas and things that you want to see,
let us know in the comments.
Like I say, we're pretty open this year as far as where we're going and what we're doing.
Yeah.
So if there's something you want to see or hear about, let us know, and we'll see how we can fit into our plans.
Like, subscribe, and share, okay? So that is it for our year-end review. I know this is a quick little video. I just wanted to say thank you again to everybody, and Happy New Year, and who knows what 2025 is going to bring for us. So cheers to that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
See you on Sunday.